Hey everyone, a fresh morning, fresh week, and a first day in the week. Very good morning to all. We are actually standing on a very important time zone for the markets and see the market's current activity based on the previous week's ones. Also, we have to take the note as per our explanation given during the Saturday's meet. The correction phase may be onsetting like we have strongly pitched on. Based on that considerations and going forward, the projections based one, the Nifty is entering into why we have termed it as a very important time zone. Like if the correction is getting onset today means it is the time we termed it as very important or crucial. The time zone, whether it is confirming today or if it is between these weekdays, the timing for correction would be starting right from the confirmation given after that levels and all discussed till it is getting corrections totally completed. That would be required a few days of time and which may be extending till the union budget day or even after that also we can see this momentum may be extending. And if it is so, the 24,700 would be again going to act as a important behaviorally shifting zone, or the range change will be there based on the behavior shift. Again we are going to face around 24,000, exactly at a 24,700 zone. We can see whether this correction phase is getting halted or completed there to give a reversal or bounce back activities again towards 26,000, or otherwise if it is really going below to that 24,700 and all, that and all may not be happening. But anyhow, the range shift zone that may be acting the extensive way of correction phase, if the union budget oriented things and are not satisfying the market, there we can see further downward levels. Then it will be discussed, not now. And that is what the 24,700, again we have taken that point that was acted as a very core behaviorally shift or behaviorally range change zone. So that level was acted during the 2025 predominantly from the correction which has started during the 2024 December. We have identified that behavior zone of 24,700 was taken part and taken responsibility to give the correction based reversal. And after that, the build up construction was given because of these 24,700 levels close above. So these and all the occurrences we have already experienced. Total year we are actually now discussing for the 2025 year after making a consecutive close about 24,700, particularly during the March month. And we have very advancedly that also projected and informed with all the possible manner. And because of that close about 24,700 and sustainability continuously happened above that level, the markets actually can give the new all-time highs 2 times in 2025. So that was the proof one can have how the 24,700 was acted in 2025. Now it is again trying to make a significant impact based on the behavioral change we are going to see in the market. That may be happening once it going below 24,700 or once the level of 24,700 is getting defending the market's fall. If it is really defending, from there the sharp bounces along with the value buying will again push the Indian markets to 26,000 or beyond 26,000, provided if it is getting corrected towards 24,700. But for that and all, why we are actually discussing this thing in a very advanced manner without having any single clue or confirmation the market given till now means the market's behavior is actually giving indication, not the levels. So not any indicator showing you. You can check it on your own charts whether it is giving any indication for the correction like. But we have started discussing it well and before the things that are happening. Even during the previous 2 weekly sessions, we have discussed about this correction point and started even December 2025, third week onwards, the volatility index also we have taken as a signal for getting bounce like, and provided the volatility index getting a support around 8 to 9 and bounce back will be there like we have mentioned towards 11 and closing above sustaining above 11 as a level for the India volatility index, it would be a chance for making the movement towards 15 also can be expected like we have mentioned. For that, we can see after breaking 12 as a immediate resistance point for the India volatility index, the index may be eyeing for reaching the 20, how to say that 15 as a level. So that can be giving the way for the bears to take the control of the Indian markets for a while. And because of that control, if it is expected thing and are happening, the correction may be onsetting. Because of that, the correction is getting onsetting in the first day itself. If it is so for the day, we can see the total week will be acquiring, selling when and all if it is particularly seeing any bounce. And with a continued down break manner also, we can see the correction is actually going to dominate the Indian markets. For that, we have to see whether this 25,600 is getting broken by the Nifty side today. If it is happening within the first 15 minutes, damn sure we can see the volatility will be highly increasing and the levels towards making 24,700 may be getting higher signal if 25,600 is getting broken or closing below to that level within first 15 minutes. Note it down. Then you can check it whether it is happening or not. In case if the first 15 is not providing any signal, we can take the larger time frame of 1 hour. If the first 1 hour for the Nifty is sustaining below on the closing basis, it is below 25,600 once happened means the higher probability of the correction is getting started will be confirmed by the way of seeing the close below 25,600 in the 1 hour time frame. You can keep applying the same for another larger time frame starting from 2, 3, 4 till that. Provided if the markets are not breaking 25,600, you will be experiencing some fragile bounces in the way to attract the selling again, not for getting support like kind of activities. So in all the way, the crowd is clearly formed to attract the selling and not the buying here. The risk tolerant traders who are all highly having appetite for building long can take the chance for building the or freshly entering the long positions, provided if the Nifty is not breaking 25,600 for the target of 25,740 as a maximum for the day. That only the chance for the risk appetite traders even the market is providing. Let's see the chance for utilizing the current market scenario for building the long is almost deteriorated and which is not having any soft corner oriented buying options or any smoothie way of smoothie path of buying build-up area is not seen anywhere around here as long as the Nifty is attracting the selling with every bounces. This is what the important information based on the behavioral study we have to share with you all before starting today's pre-market discussion. Hope you all got the information clearly and you can take your trading decisions accordingly based on the things we have discussed. The 19th of January 2026 is going to pitch on a rough path, of course, because it is going to be a gap down opening for our markets. Based on the recent week's behavior, the Nifty somewhat tried to bounce, but along with the approachment of the bounce back, the overall sentiment was ended with the highly cautious with negative manner, negative bias we can say. Because amongst the 4 sessions in the recently ended week, 3 sessions were being closed under our important level of 25,740. Because of the strength, what the negative side is getting higher, we have almost took a chance to give our projections for the negative side rather than looking out on the bounce back or buying side oriented. So, by respecting our predictions we have discussed during this Saturday, the markets also giving a signal for the downward breakdown below 25,600 probably through the way of giving a gap down opening, which are all because of the geopolitical concerns between US and Europe region, particularly for Greenland. So that geopolitical along with the important economic oriented data the India and US is going to release in this week. So many of the chances therefore building short or making fresh short positions in the way of doing short in the F&O particularly and selling on the major mid and large, that means mid cap and small cap oriented stocks. So you can see the selling will be intensified in these segment. That means mid cap and small cap than the large cap one. From the large cap one, the first 50 stocks may not be having that much of severity when compared to mid cap and the small cap oriented. And the junior Nifty or next 50 kind of stocks may be next to the mid cap, it may attract the higher number of selling. So finally, we can look at the first 50 stocks. These are the order-wise, chronological behavior-wise information we have provided for you all to make your stock selections based on the strategies you are going to build. After opening, what would be means already discussed. No, first 15 minutes and 1 hour based strategies that can be applied. If it is happening, so what can be expected during the day means, of course, after breaking 25,600, we can see that Nifty would be leading to or drifting towards the level of 25,449. That is the only way the Nifty can directly find the support between 25,600 to 440. There is no minor support is lying. So it is better to utilize these chances if it is breaking below 25,600 and closing in the first 15 minutes. So you can build the shorts as much as you can with the quantities and you can utilize 25,449 as the support we have provided. Bit earlier to that, you can cover all your shorts or maximum portion of your shorts. In case this 25,449 was many times acted when we have been dictating this point in the reports or discussions through the Zoom meeting, wherever it is. Whenever we have taken this point of 25,449, whether it has acted as a resistance or again acted as a support, this was acted very crucially, and that was zone we have many times seen the recovery from that level during November 4, November 7, November 16, I think. So in the all the November series, we can see many times it has acted. So in case if it is getting broken and getting closing in even 5 minutes below to the 25,449, From there also, you can see the higher number of additions in the short buildups will be happening for the target of 25,365. Even if it is approaching 25,365, which may not be having today the chance for reaching that. But in case 25,365 is getting approached in the way of closing below or breakdown at least below to that point, we can experience and get the signal. Experience in the way continuation in the short side or selling trend. And confirmation side means that means a signal we can get for 24,700 breach out by the Nifty side. There only you will be getting the 24,700 as a next important support as well as the important behavior change zone, shift zone, we can say. So that and all based on the levels the Nifty is respecting by the way of getting support or breaking the support. So those levels are available in the report. You can, along with the discussion we made now, you can refer those levels to make your decisions wise and follow the same for getting as much as benefits. From the sectoral fronts, today across the sectors, the selling may be getting implemented by the institutional trade as well as the retailers. Anyhow, the sectors like metal, whenever the bigger movement is going to happen on the index, this genius metal sector would be giving that much of impact, whether it is a bull run or a bear run. So it will be the first sector to give that much of a huge impact. So in the manner, we can see the metal sector would be giving a high impact in today's trade, along with the IT based on important earnings already announced or going to be announced by the major IT companies. So that would be in high focus today. Anyhow, the energy and oil and gas would be majorly dominated by the stocks like Reliance Industries and OMCs like HPCL, BPCL, IOC kind of stocks. And of course, the heavyweights, there will not be a chance for getting escaped from the selling trend, particularly if the Nifty is confirming, that is bank and finance. Both these heavyweights would be in high focus and keen watch out should be there to utilize the chance for building shorts in major banking and finance oriented stocks by the way of directly shorting or buying the put options. In case the bounces and are happening, you can even consider with the bounce the Nifty is giving, that maybe probably fragile one could be used to attract the selling at the rise zone. So there, by adapting sell on rise strategy, you can utilize the short buildups around the resistance zones for the index or even for each. That means the previous day's high can be treated as a resistance point for major stocks, particularly from bank and finance oriented. If it is approaching previous day's high, probably will not be there. Anyhow, if it is nearly going to that previous high zone, the levels can be utilized or the bouncing activities can be utilized by the day traders to build the shorts, not for entering into the longs. That's it from sectoral analysis we can have. From the stocks perspective, the individual stock approaches can be made based on the stocks we have listed here, amongst many also available apart from this box. So the Reliance Industries based on the result and Tech Mahindra based on the earnings. All the stocks we have mentioned here are based on the earnings only. And HDFC Bank, see how major companies are actually having opportunity today. ICICI Bank, Wipro, Tata Technologies, IDBI Bank, Federal Bank, Yes Bank, Canfin Home, RBL Bank, UCO Bank, L&T Finance. Apart from the stocks we have listed, almost 80% of stocks were been in a way of banking on. From the positional perspective, as long as the Nifty is trading below 25,740, The chances for making 24,700 would be rising higher with a sell on rise until it is again closing about 25,500. That means 25,740 or at least 25,700 above as a psychological value. Only buy on dips around the 24,700 or 500 can be utilized, not the sell on rise. And the 24,700 once approaches means buy on dips can be highly implemented. And 25,700 near, whenever it is coming, the selling can be initiated. Provided the 25,740 above, the market or Nifty should not have a close consecutively again for the 2 days in a row, as we have discussed for the downside. Today's earnings calendar includes the companies like Hindustan Zinc, LTI Mindtree, Punjab National Bank, BHEL, Tata Capital, Havels India, CA Tires, Oberoi Realty, Hudson Agro, amongst many, though they are having the quarterly announcement for the recently ended December quarter 2026. So that would be also in a high focus. Anyhow, as the volatility is highly predicted and volatility is going to drive the market hereafter, it is very important, particularly for this kind of high impacting day, keeping stop loss. Strictly keeping stop loss is advised. That's it from today's discussion we can have, along with the weekly's forecast and overall the next few days session we have discussed along while discussing about the pre-market itself. So make use of the level strategies we have discussed for the positional perspective, particularly we have pitched on. So and enjoy as well as. So that's it from today's session we can have. Wishing everyone to have a opportunistic day because the gap down is opportunity. Thank you. Bye.